Welcome, you will be limit for the U about the blockchain of the blockchain that the network grid Wechain. Mang xa hoi fan, trusted on blockchain. Now we like to white paper to check your information about any project. 1. Introduction. Become the largest and most trusted decentralized social network in the world. Your social network, your online activity, and even your online presence are a billion-dollar industry curated by the very companies you trust to guard your privacy. Don't you think you should be entitled to a portion of the riches made off of your data? Wechain do. And we believe it's finally time to stand up to these companies and take back the Internet. 2. Solution. The line of the network blocks application file system is not allowed to be found, where no Facebook database is currently now. Since its early inception, social media has quickly gone from a simple novelty used only to keep friends updated and included on our daily lives to becoming a growing source of entertainment, news, and community. And as nearly 3 billion people now utilize social media in some shape or form, its impact on life cannot be denied. From those nearly billion active users, volumes upon volumes of data are generated, saved, and often sold to the highest bidder. Essentially selling people's personalities, secrets, and lives to corporations that utilize that information to create targeted ad campaigns. And this happens every moment of every day. Wechain Network aims to change that and redefine how social media interacts within our lives. Gone is the large collection of centralized servers that are vulnerable to hacking, storing troves of sensitive data to be used as companies see fit. In their place, a more transparent, honest, and open blockchain format that allows every user to hold Wechain Network accountable for data. Wechain Network is built upon the main principles of privacy and security as an undeniable right, giving each user unprecedented protection and security and allowing you to connect with everyone you know safely, and most importantly, securely. More than just a social network, blockchain platforms are bringing to life the concept of a consensus computer, a distributed network of computers carrying out useful tasks. One of the most pressing problems facing these platforms is their lack of scalability, i.e., the ability to handle a larger number of transactions per second as the network grows. A number of works have noted how existing blockchains are handicapped in their ambition to scale the next generation of Internet-style applications. An oft-cited example is the 3-to-7 available in Bitcoin and Ethereum today, and the demands of payment processing in centralized operators e.g., Visa, MasterCard for supporting thousands of TXs. Wechain Network is a new blockchain platform that is designed to securely scale in an open, permissionless distributed network. The core feature that makes Wechain Network scalable is sharding the division of the network into several smaller component networks capable of processing transactions in parallel. As a result, the transaction rate in Wechain Network increases as the mining network expands. Wechain Network aims to rival traditional centralized payment methods such as Visa and MasterCard. In fact, with a network size of 10,000 nodes, Wechain Network will enable a throughput which matches the average transaction rate of Visa and MasterCard with the advantage of much lower fees for the merchants. Wechain Network is so much more than another simple addition into the growing line of social media networks available. It is the beginning of a digital revolution. Aptly named Social Activity Tokens, or WCNs for short, this brand new form of cryptocurrency can be used for a wide variety of uses and can even be utilized to fund grassroots campaigns and movements, allowing them to reach more people and larger audiences. To celebrate the launch and welcome the coming digital revolution, Wechain Network is holding an open offering to all those ready to join something special CIAL and different. This special occasion, only available now, will set the precedent for the entire value of the WCNs. And once it's over, no more WCN tokens will ever be produced. You can receive WCN from ads just by clicking on and viewing the ads. We want to help you to enjoy some benefits whenever you choose to share your data. By holding WCN tokens, you will receive WCN from each and every ad contract according to the amount of your WCN. We share 100% of the value with our community. So if you are ready to be a part of something special and ready to take the power back, join us in the digital revolution. 3. RENDEFINING. The way businesses interact with potential consumers. Through the advent of the Internet, businesses found a more convenient and direct way to target consumers with ad campaigns. However, as we are about to enter the fourth decade of utilizing an interconnected system of computers to engage with the world at large, the ways in which advertisers reach their targeted audiences have not undergone much innovation during those long years. As soon as email became a popular way to communicate with others, we saw the emergence of a new phenomenon: targeted email campaigns to reach and inform potential consumers. Though even then, unsolicited email campaigns quickly garnered distaste while quickly earning a not-so-endearing title of spam or junk mail. It became quite apparent that consumers treated the unsolicited messages much in the way they treated unsolicited advertisements sent via the posta. We see that consumers are less likely to respond to the constant barrage of unwanted advertisements, while businesses are forced to increase prices to compensate for the loss of profits. Both parties gain nothing from the entire experience, and businesses only further run the risk of alienating consumers with the higher price points needing to recoup the money wasted on advertising. The only party that has anything to gain from the experience is the advertisers themselves, who charge companies exorbitant amounts for the privilege of possibly reaching consumers. In direct response to this ever-expanding problem, Wechain Network has set out to reduce the need for such intermediaries while increasing companies' ability to directly reach their desired target audience. Blockchain scalability is a pressing issue that has attracted much attention, as seen in recent plans to scale Bitcoin and Ethereum in the future. However, it is unclear whether such proposals can scale up to the ever-increasing network size without discarding legacy transactions. In the wake of the recent Bitcoin split, it is further evident that a truly scalable solution would require a clean slate design that is built with scalability in mind. Wechain Network is exactly that design. We have chosen to develop a clean slate design and have built a new blockchain that develops and deploys our innovations around a scalable and secure protocol. In order to illustrate the growing need for a scalable blockchain, we outline a particular industry use case in digital advertising. This is just one example of a large-scale market opportunity that can be enabled by the Wechain Network blockchain. Illustrating example: building a blockchain-based digital advertising supply chain. The most basic advertising supply chain involves the following three entities: marketers who wish to promote their product through ads, publishers who show ads, and the target audience for the advertisements. Marketers pay publishers to show the ads to the target audience. However, in reality, there exist several other entities in the digital advertising ecosystem, such as ad agencies, ad exchanges and networks, various forms of middlemen who buy and sell ad impressions, etc. These entities form a digital marketplace, where publishers can sell or auction advertising space and marketers can buy them. The digital ad ecosystem as it exists today is plagued with issues, which adversely affect many players in the ecosystem. For instance, due to the presence of several layers of middlemen, the cost of digital advertising goes up while marginalizing the revenue of publishers. Moreover, in recent years marketers have faced serious fraud attacks, where attackers using internet bots present fake publishers and users to siphon off millions of dollars from victim marketers. Beyond monetary loss, such attacks also leave marketers with a completely spurious belief on where their advertisements have been delivered. This may further lead to poor judgment in evaluating the effectiveness of their marketing campaign. Users too get affected as they often receive uninteresting, offensive or unsafe advertisements. This drives many to use ad blockers, which unsettles the entire advertising-based web economy. With the blockchain technology, we envision that a simplified supply chain can be implemented in the form of smart contracts. For instance, marketers who wish to deliver advertisements can submit smart contracts to specify general and specific requirements for ad impressions they need, including target audience profiles, geographic restrictions, time constraints in ads delivery, etc. Publishers or ad networks can also submit smart contracts to sell ad spaces in bulk with different properties in terms of publisher page context, as well as audience user profiles. Once submitted to the blockchain, the smart contracts from marketers and those from the publishers can automatically match against one another to instruct ad content delivery. The smart contracts can also record evidence of claimed impressions, and settling the payment as per agreed upon between different parties. Such a blockchain-based advertising supply chain will solve many of the existing issues by enabling a fair marketplace with transparency and accountability. For instance, with such a digital marketing platform, those middlemen who merely buy and sell ad impressions may no longer be relevant. This will further reduce the cost of the marketing campaign, and drive the entire ecosystem into more efficient and effectiveness execution. Moreover, if all transactions regarding ads delivery, impression and payment are backed by a blockchain, then the marketers can obtain details on each ad impression, who saw the ad and where the traffic ends up. It can further provide an audit trail of every stage of the advertising process and would give a way to correctly measure the success of a marketing campaign. Equipped with the right data, marketers can take future decisions with much greater confidence. Several ongoing efforts such as BAT, AdChain, ADEX, among others have plans to run digital ad supply chain on blockchains. Utilizing Wechain Network's innovative method of allowing businesses to target consumers directly, both sides stand to gain. On the consumer's side, we see an increase in privacy as their browsing habits are no longer sold to the highest bidder for the potential to earn profits for the very same browsing data. Companies benefit from truly knowing that their marketing campaigns are reaching their desired audience more effectively, cutting down on the cost of marketing. 4. Key features of Wechain Network. A. Network sharding. Key Wechain Network dynamically splits the network of blockchain nodes into different subgroups, called shards, with each shard formed to process and reach consensus on a subset of transactions. This way, disjoint subsets of transactions can be processed in parallel, and significantly boost the transaction throughput by orders of magnitude. Eventually, such transactions are merged into a new block that is committed to the blockchain. The primary challenge in realizing such network sharding is how to ensure the security of the protocol. The naive approach would suffer from much higher susceptibility to compromised blocks as the size of the consensus groups is smaller under network sharding. To address security implications from it, we invent a new protocol that achieves scalability with strong security guarantees, inspired by our innovative research outcome and other state-of-the-art research literature. The gist of our network sharding key protocol is to leverage a proof-of-work puzzle to elect and update a directory service committee in a decentralized and democratic manner. The Directory Service Committee is tasked to coordinate the sharding process, as well as validate the blocks of transactions proposed by each shard and verify if they have received approval from a sufficiently large quorum within the shard. Unlike several existing blockchain platforms such as Ethereum and Bitcoin, Wechain Network does not employ POW to achieve consensus. In fact, POW is used only to prevent Sybil attacks and perform sharding key. As a result, it can potentially be replaced by any other Sybil resistance mechanism such as proof-of-stake (POS). Our choice of POW is motivated by the fact that its security guarantees have been well studied in the literature, unlike POS, which is still under active research. Secure and efficient consensus algorithm. Within the Directory Service Committee and each shard that processes and accepts transactions, we run a secure and efficient consensus protocol. The protocol enables each shard to reach an agreement on the blocks to propose. Our consensus protocol is based on the idea of Byzantine fault tolerance with heavy optimizations. We choose BFT to design our consensus protocol to ensure that the resulting blocks are definitive, without the need of long confirmation times as required in the popular longest chain rule in existing cryptocurrencies. However, existing BFT protocols entail a large communication bandwidth and hence time elapsed to converge. As a result, they do not scale well to a large network of nodes. We specifically identify a recently proposed scalable signature scheme, cobalt-4 silicide, that has the potential to make BFT protocols much more scalable. The challenges we faced here was that cobalt-4 silicide was proposed to work in a much less hostile environment than that of a public blockchain. With several significant enhancements we developed for the cobalt-4 silicide scheme. In particular, we add extra steps and message rounds to the cobalt-4 silicide protocol both on the leader's side and on the signer's side to prevent malicious leaders and signers in the protocol. The added steps and checks ensure that malicious behaviors get detected as early as possible. As a result, we derive a secure scheme and apply it to develop a scalable BFT protocol for consensus in Wechain Network. Transaction sharding. Wechain Network employs account-based design. The account-based design allows transactions to be sharded according to the sending accounts. This ensures that attacks akin to double spending or replay can be thwarted by the same shard of nodes. For better scalability, Wechain Network makes two conscious choices in the design of transaction sharding. Wechain Network provides atomic transaction commits without involving cross-shard communication that is often costly and complex. Wechain Network allows transactions to be processed asynchronously with the consensus processes of the blockchain. Wechain Network adopts a reject and retry mechanism to asynchronously process transactions as and when the majority of nodes become up to date. Computational sharding and sharding-friendly smart contract language. Smart contracts allow applications to be built on top of the distributed ledger provided by the blockchain storage and consensus. However, today's mainstream public blockchains are not suitable for running computation-intensive tasks, as any of the computation tasks would have to be repeated at all full nodes for validation. Albeit being secure, such a fully redundant programming model is prohibitively expensive for running large-scale computations. With scalability as the main goal of Wechain Network, we propose a new smart contract language Scilla that scales much better for a multitude of applications that range from automated auctions, shared economy to financial modeling. Beyond verifiability of security and correctness properties, Wechain Network's smart contract language will run efficiently on a blockchain architecture with sharding. Moreover, it will enable sharding of computational resources in the blockchain network via an overlay above the consensus process, i.e., computational sharding. Computational sharding allows users of Wechain Network and applications running on Wechain Network to specify the sizes of consensus groups to compute for each of the subtasks. Each consensus group will then be tasked to compute the same subtask, and produce the results. The user specifies the condition on acceptance of the results, e.g., all in the consensus group must produce the same results, or 3/4 of them must produce the same results, etc. We apply gas fees to bound the computation required for smart contract execution and prevent abuse of computational resources available on the blockchain. A user of the application running on Wechain Network can budget how much he or she wants to spend on computing and security, respectively. In particular, a user running a particular application may spend more gas fee on running different subtasks than letting too many nodes repeat the same computation. In this case, he or she can specify a smaller consensus group for running each computation. On the other hand, a sophisticated modeling algorithm that requires greater precision may task consensus groups of larger number of nodes to compute the critical portions of the algorithm to be more resilient against potential tampering and manipulation of the results. Finally, equally important to the efficiency of smart contract execution is its friendliness to programmers. Notwithstanding the efficiency and verifiability benefits, Scilla, being very formal, may not be the programming language and model that most programmers today are familiar with. 5. Opportunity. Consumers' demand for better privacy and data protection has created a demand for a service that puts control, profit, and privacy back into the hands of the consumers. We are poised for yet another great disruption in marketing and advertising. The old and increasingly ineffective method of advertising will come to an end. The old way will be replaced by the next waves of innovation. At the forefront of the wave, Wechain has positioned itself ready to disrupt the old process. We will create more transparent and open methods for conducting business in today's global market. Wechain's innovative technology creates a scalable, anonymous, and secure social network utilizing large amounts of data while still ensuring privacy. Consumers' demand for better privacy and data protection has created a demand for a service that puts control, profits, and privacy controls back into the hands of consumers. This increase in demand for a more secure and private Internet has fueled not only consumer reactions towards services that do not respect privacy but has also become the driving force for legislation and policy making across the world regarding consumer data. The EU itself has